Kia ora guys, gals and Legionnaires, Rycon here and welcome to the Town Hall. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Wherever you are in the world, thank you for taking time out of your day to be here at this, our Town Hall. Now, I hope you don't have too much latency today. There might be only a little bit here. I'm only just noticing now that chat is slightly off the screen and I apologize for that. There are always some technical difficulties, as I'm sure you are all aware of, and the music is maybe just a little too epic in the background, so we'll go ahead and die that down ever so slightly. But thank you all for making it. If you've never made it to a town hall before, this is a chance for you and me to sit down, have a little bit of a powwow, have a talk, just hang out, chill, have a good time. That's essentially what this is. It's a chance for me to go over everything that's happened in the previous month, everything that should be happening in the next month, and even more. It gives you a chance to ask me some questions and for me to answer them, so feel free to slam those questions my way and I'll do the damn best I can to answer them. But I figure it's best for me to start off with a little bit of news. Now, just only a few days ago, a project that I've been working on for the past, I say 3 years. I've been working on it for 3 years, but it's been in my mind for the music's still kind of quiet. It's been in the back of my mind for probably 5 years plus, and that is Zealand. And Zealand is a post-apocalyptic survival horror role-playing game. It's a game that you play with nothing more than just a little bit of paper, a pen, and your imagination. So it's a tabletop role-playing game. So that's essentially, it's a game with no limits. There are limits, but not the kind that you think there are. That's what I love about tabletop role-playing, is that there are no bounds. It's like literally your imagination is the only thing that can hold you back, and I feel like it makes for some really, really creative role-playing. Oh, and of course you'll need dice as well. Yeah, dice always come into it, so yeah. But Zealand has just released, and hello, Chris Best. Thank you for joining the Legion. So yes, Zealand, and okay, we got more. We got more. Yes. Where was I before we were getting interrupted by Janet? Zealand has just released, has just come out. It's been a hell of a lot of hard work behind the scenes to get it together, and I'm so happy with it. If you haven't seen yet, we released a trailer for it as well, and the trailer was a hell of a lot of fun to work on as well. It was really, really fun. So myself and the Zealand crew from the podcast, we travelled up to Jake's place, which is far north of Auckland, and spent the day in the rain and in the mud recording that, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun. There's a lot of I'm considering taking some of the outtakes and stuff like that as well and putting that online, just because it was good fun. So yeah, Duck, there will be a little bit of delay today, unfortunately. We're just working through some network things, but it does give me a chance, and it does give me a chance to kind of see everything as it comes in and answer it. So yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. I can also see over here as well. This should be a little easier. Yeah. So nearly everything was okay this morning with the town hall. Just a few, few hiccups, as we usually get. There's usually got to be something. So yeah, but yeah, we'll definitely have a look at releasing those outtakes at some point, because it was so much fun. Like, I feel so sorry for everyone, because the very start of the trailer, there's like 5 seconds of us running. We did that running take like 6 times, I kid you not, and we run the entire way down the road. So I felt so sorry. Like, at the end of the day, we were all knackered, and then the day afterwards, my legs were burning, like absolutely freaking burning. So yeah, ah dear, yeah. Haderach, that's actually a really good definition of RP. Yeah, let's pretend. That's totally it. It's totally it. It's like playing pretend or imagination with some rules that keep people from being overpowered, or just, yeah. Some might still try and become overpowered, but you know, there we go. Birthright, you might know how Logan's Dawn is going to end. Okay. I'd be interested in those theories. True Zulu, thoughts on Swidit. I actually don't know what it is. Star Wars IDT? IDT, I'm not sure. Geode Ravenclaw, perhaps check out the PDF. The PDF is the most affordable version that we have of Zealand, and it's a super easy version to work with as well. You can have it on your phone, you can have it pretty much anywhere. It's super accessible. So there we go. Oh, Nanania15, thank you so much for the super chat. You were watching RimWorld. Well, fantastic. RimWorld is actually going really, really well at the moment, like surprisingly well. Our Jedi are surviving, and we'll see if Janet kicks into action today. She's a little slower as well, it would seem. Yeah. No, she's just doing her thing. Stuzzy, what's up? And Duck, yeah, I'm actually quite happy with this mug here. Oh, there we go. Oh, Janet, hello. Hi, glad you could make it. There we go.
Sorry I'm late. Was watching RimWorld. Hi, Mr. Rycon.
Hello indeed. See, I live in New Zealand at the bottom of the world, so it takes a long time. Janet, she lives elsewhere. She lives in the internet. And it always takes a long time for anything to reach down here. So, there we go. Thank you for the poking, Janet Panda. She's going to need a lot more poking, I think. Elin, I feel like you've coerced your friends into playing Zealand. That's good. All you need to do is get them to sit down for the first session, and then they should be hooked. That's the tough thing about tabletop role-playing, is it's difficult to get people on board, because they're like, I don't know. You know, I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions with role-playing, D&D, and everything else. So I feel as long as you can get people to sit down and give it a go, generally, for the most part, after that, they're going to really enjoy it. So, yeah. Damn, I can't see what you said there. Oh, of your Dawn playthrough. Oh, nice. Oh, right. Dusk. You're going to enjoy that, Sean. You're going to enjoy Dusk's playthrough. Yeah, definitely. Stuzzy, Cataclysm is going to be coming back. It's been a week without it, but it's going to be coming back next week, and it's going to be firing on all cylinders. I was only able to do like one of them a week just for a little bit, but it's going to be back to having the two, both Dusk and Leif, at the same time. So it's going to be back. And as for XCOM, I've talked to a few of you about what's going on there. Essentially, it's I wouldn't say it's corrupted, but it's very close to being corrupted, where can't seem to finish missions properly anymore, and that's an issue, because some missions can take upwards of an hour to play through, and then even if it's a super awesome performance, we might have to just like scrap it and go through. Mac Rock, do I have any rock puns? I don't know, they're pretty hard. Don't think I do. Sorry about that. Have I been following Skyrim Together? I haven't. I've always been ambivalent about the multiplayer mods. In saying that, like, I've recently just seen some of the Morrowind ones, and they actually seem to be pretty legit. Like, they actually seem to be working quite well, so who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Zealand could be a good gateway to other tabletop RPGs. Yeah, I mean, it's not an overly complex system. I think that's what's kind of cool about the D100 system, is that, you know, it's very easy to figure things out. And I mean, yes, you are keeping track of a few things like your hunger, your thirst, etc. But it's all situational, and yeah, you definitely can ease people into that as well. So yeah. Crazy Spanish Guy, thank you for making it. Now, I will make a small announcement in regards to fan art. Usually I have a fan art reel that plays throughout this. Fan art is now getting its own video in itself, so I'm going to be releasing a video this week, which is going to be displaying the fan art that I've received over the month, and also everything that I've received in the PO box as well. If you don't know the channel, myself, I now have a PO box where you can send all kinds of dangerous goods. Don't send dangerous goods. But the link to that should be in the description of this video and every other video. So if you send letters, I'll read them out in that as well. It's going to be a new segment that we're going to be calling the Mojave Express, and we're going to have fun with it. We're going to have fun, so yeah. Andy and Alex, I'm really glad that you're impressed with the lore. That is something
the lore in Zealand, that is. That's something that kept me up many nights, because while I love telling stories, and I love creating worlds, I struggle with writing. Like, I really struggle to put pen to paper, and I think that's in part maybe why I do my role plays the way that I do. I do them all, you know, on the fly, off the cuff, improvisational. I don't write scripts for them, and so this was a real task to actually like sit down, like start to like get it out just bit by bit by bit, and kind of piece it together afterwards. Thankfully, like we had help with editing, which was great, which made a difference, and we all went over multiple times. There's still going to be many mistakes within that book, but as long as they're not lore mistakes, then I'm okay with that. There are going to be some spelling mistakes, I'm sure, but yeah. I will accept booze.
Philip, hello. Welcome to the town hall. Glad you could make it.
So, yeah. I'm trying to think. Do we have any other updates? Any other massive things going on? Well, that is the massive thing right now. Is that that's out and alive in the world, and we've got some very cool things planned for it in the future as well. So, yeah. I would love to do an Era 3 playthrough on this channel sometime, just because that era for me is it's almost like a whole another game. So for those of you who don't know, the third era, which is called New Genesis, is set 150 years after the fall of mankind. So yeah. Is Zealand shipped from Zealand? No, it's shipped from the States. So yeah. It's printed by a company called Drive-Thru RPG. So yeah. When am I going to do another Rycon Raw video? I guess when I've got something to say again. Essentially, Rycon Raw is almost like Rycon Rants, kind of. So, yeah, it's all dependent on that. It's usually when there's something specific that's come up, where I'm like, see a lot of people saying something, and I want to, you know, say something about it. I haven't had anything to say as of yet, or at the very least, I'm holding my tongue on things. So, yeah. What's the next roleplay? Well, there might be some news coming about that very soon. I'm on the fence between two different roleplays, because I'm going to be adding another into the roster. There's going to be another joining, and it's going to be a big one. And so I can't do both right now, so I'd kind of almost have to choose between one and the other. And so, what I've talked about for a long time is a companion series to Leon's Tale, using Special Edition, and it'd be more centered around the Dark Brotherhood. And I teased that like a long time ago. So that is one. And the other is the full-blown Fallout 4 roleplay, which I've been putting together for a long time. I can only add one more into the schedule, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see, yeah. Elin, I'm good today. I'm feeling good. I'm a little tired. I had quite a late night last night. I was doing some D&D, some high-level D&D, so we're going a little late. So there we go. And yes, Duck. So on the Discord, if you don't know what the Discord is, it's our amazing community that you can be a part of. The link for that is in the description as well. On the Discord, I did start asking around about different, you know, creepypastas. You know, your stories of horror and mystery that you come across, that you find on the internet. I was looking for your favorite ones for a new late night series that I'm going to be adding in, which is going to be something in between a narration and a radio drama that I'm going to do for each of these stories, using as many voices as I possibly can. So I think that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So if you haven't already, please do go head over to the Discord. In the other series channel, use the hashtag Rycon After Dark. Oh no, Rycon Reads. I said Rycon Reads, I think, right? Yeah, so it is for Rycon After Dark, but just use hashtag Rycon Reads and put your suggestions in there. And so what I'm going to do with those is that I'm going to reach out to each of the authors, get their permission, and then we'll see where that goes. So, yes. So yeah, that is the big news on the roleplay front. Yes, there is. There should be a link for the Discord in the description down below. You guys are you're almost prompting me for the news. This is great. Asher, will we ever see a D&D campaign on the channel? Yes, you will. I'm in the works with a awesome DM friend of mine, and we're putting together a group. And we are going to have a campaign on the channel, which I think is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I think we should have a hell of a lot of fun with that. So, yeah, stay tuned on that one. But I'm looking forward to it. I am indeed. Yeah, so Luca, it's a little bit of a fake out with Logan in New Vegas. A little bit of a fake out, which I know can be really confusing. It's confusing the way that story's told, and you know, starting off in the future, going back to the past. We're not even sure where the present is. The present is New Vegas. The present is New Vegas. I'll give you that. Thank you so much for the Discord link up there, Duck. Appreciate that. Well, that's the thing, is like Luca, he always had that backstory. Without giving too much away, as you get deeper into New Vegas, you do find out why he thinks that's the case, or why he thinks that's his past. So, yeah. I try to stay as physically healthy as possible, Geode. No, I'm not. No, don't worry. It's actually funny. It's funny that you mentioned that about like sitting on the chair. So Charlotte got me this for my birthday, which is this Samsung Gear Sport, and it's actually really helpful, because sometimes I'll be editing for like a few hours at a time, and it will get angry at me. It'll be like, "Get up, do something," and I'm like, oh, "Okay, just chill. Come on, I'll get up and I'll walk around. I'll do some exercise." Yeah. I'm having to like go over. Sorry, I unfortunately the chat, if I bring it across here, it's like cut off. I don't know what it's doing today. Of course it's broken. There's always something, isn't there? Will I post something with Oblivion? Eventually, yeah, I'd like to. Unfortunately, we just got quite a big story being told in Skyrim at the moment, so yeah. Let's see. Oh, another Oblivion question. Yeah. I mean, I would love to. I love Oblivion. So yeah. Would definitely like to get there eventually. Enderall is phenomenal as well. Enderall is amazing, and like again, that would be great. That would be great to do something in that. Unfortunately, it's just balancing it out. Balancing it out with everything else. It's a toughie. Yes, this is Dragon's Reach. This is where our town hall is. We're just hanging out, having a good time. The reverb isn't what you'd think in here. It's actually quite well insulated. Oh, you're right, Yuli. You haven't missed too much. We're not too far into it. We're 20 minutes in. We've still got another 40. I can do maths. I don't know why that took me so long. That's disgusting. Oh, dear. Game of roleplays. You saw my recent Fallout 3 roleplay. Very curious how I can run without crashes. I get crashes. I get a lot of crashes, actually. I just cut them out. In saying that, though, I did reinstall Fallout 3 recently, and I went through the process of actually cleaning all the mods. It's something that I never did before, because I was like, oh, it's going to be too complicated. It actually really isn't all that complicated. So all you need is a piece of software called Loot. And where Loot is good is that it'll sort your mod order automatically for you, but it will also tell you if you have any if there are any like dirty references or if there are any issues with the mods. And so what you can do then is use a cleaning mod to go in and just take out any bits of bad code, and it actually makes a massive difference to how it runs. Like, yeah, it's made a massive difference for me. I still have a lot of crashes, but nowhere near as many as I did before, which is awesome. Whereas with Skyrim, that's a whole nother ball game. Actually, in saying that, cleaning mods in that as well, that did really help, because before I couldn't load save games outside, so I always had to be like really tactical as to where I was putting in my saves. It was weird. So yeah. Oh dear. Have I played Detroit Become Human? I was actually going to be playing that with Triton over this weekend, but we got distracted making D&D characters, so so we didn't. But I'm definitely going to play through that eventually. It's going to be an off-camera thing, just because it's console, but yeah. Yeah, no, I know, Gallic. I know. Apparently, I can't do time zone conversion. So yeah. Oh dear. What's my favorite roleplay at the moment? It's so difficult to choose just one. I mean, I enjoy them. I enjoy every single one of them for, you know, for their different reasons, and yeah, I enjoy them all. Look, about XCOM 2, it's in the shop at the moment. It's in the shop. It's getting repaired. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to bring it back, because at the moment it's kind of unplayable. I honestly don't know what changed. It was kind of out the blue. It was the same thing with Kingdom Come, in fact. So nothing changed on my end. Just all of a sudden they just don't want to run. So I'm working on them when I can. Yeah. I am using Windows 10. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Beyond, actually. I'm hoping it's going to be good. Yeah. Origami Unicorn. I think Morrowind could. Yeah. I mean, sure, it's quite UI heavy, but you can work with that. I mean, I don't think every single roleplay has to be, you know, immersive 100% of the time. I think, you know, because you are still playing a game, the game still needs to be part of it as well. It can't just be a movie engine. Otherwise, I would just be making machinimas. Like, that's why I still like to do everything from a first-person perspective and have those moments of, like, cinematics. Because it's still about playing the game. It's just about playing the game in a different way and enjoying it. And I think that's what I've kind of discovered myself over from, like, starting doing role plays and then thinking, like, the end game for me was, like, making machinimas. And then when I started making machinimas, I was like, no, this is not what I want to do at all. It's like, because it's not just about telling the story. That's what I've discovered for me, is like, it's not just about telling the story. It's about experiencing the game in a different way as well, and encouraging others to experience the game in that way. So yeah. Geode, you're gonna go have a 4-hour D&D session? Nice. Good. I find it's hard to have anything shorter than that. Squad cohesion. Maybe you're right, Hatterack. You might have saved the XCOM series there, my friend. Because squad cohesion, I have it, so could be. Yeah. Maybe. Stately Raven, you shamefully admit getting sucked back into WoW recently, the new expansion coming out. I've got so many friends that are getting sucked back in. I mean, I played WoW during the Burning Crusade kind of era. I don't think I'm going to be jumping back into it. I'm very careful. I'm very careful with what games I play, because I do have an addictive personality, and it would suck. It would suck for the channel if I started playing it so much. So no, I don't think I'd do a roleplay with it. Yeah, that's why actually, funnily enough, No Man's Sky, because of the recent big update, I was like, I'm gonna go back and try it again, because I did enjoy it originally, and I did the series with TGN, the live stream, the live roleplay. But I started playing it again. I was like, yeah, I mean, like, I enjoy this, but at the same time, I know I could find myself just like getting sucked into the completionist aspect of it, and there's no way to complete everything. So I would just be scanning everything constantly, and then I start asking myself like existential like questions about like why am I doing this? Why am I scanning? Why am I cataloging? Like it gets too deep, and I'm like, I have to stop playing. No, that's it. I'm done. I'm done for now. Oh dear. Puffin Forest and WebDM are awesome. They are really good. Puffin Forest is just so much fun. Like, I love D&D stories as well. Yeah. Oh, Gallic. That's terrible. Game roleplays, that would be fun. Having something like that would be really cool. I was playing around with the idea actually this morning, so stay tuned on that one. We might try and pull together some events. I would like to have some more events like that. It'd be nice. It'd be really good. Asher, I did see you were saying about Mountain Blade as well. I had so much fun playing that. I actually played a little bit off camera afterwards because I was just like, this is I just love Mountain Blade. I love it. I love it so much. So, I mean, I'm hyped for Bannerlord. Bannerlord is a series that I want to do on this channel. So, come on. Give us the game. When it's out, it'll be great. I'll make a series with it. I'd love it. Nanania, what is my comfort food of choice? That's a tough one because I fluctuate lots. I mean, poutine is one of my go-to foods. I eat a lot of, well, I try to eat a lot of poutine. I love poutine so much. But I feel like a real good comfort food for me is risotto. Charlotte makes a banging 3-cheese risotto, and it's just like, I feel like that's probably my real comfort food. Although I know I have others that I'm probably just forgetting about for now, so yeah. Marco, yeah, essentially the town hall is like a Q&A. There are a few different other elements to it as well. Actually, one that's going to be coming up right now. Every month, I announce a Legionnaire of the month. Legionnaire of the month, the Lotum, is someone that goes above and beyond. It can be in multiple different forms. It can be on the channel, in the comments. It can be in the Discord. It can be online on social media. There are many different ways that someone can become the Lotum. And it's time now for us to announce another. And so with that, we shall lower the banner of the old, and we shall call in the new. And we're going to be calling in the new with a drum roll. A big, long drum roll. Like so. It always goes for drum solo now. The Legionnaire of the month, of this month, is Asher Hall. Congratulations, Asher. You are the Legionnaire of the month, and it's great because I've seen you in the chat on this one as well. So congratulations. I'm going to wait for the chat to catch up on this one. I'm glad you all enjoyed the drum roll, the drum solo, more like, and all of the shaking that was accompanied with that. Asher has been a part of the channel for a long time now, and is always there in the comments in nearly every single video. There you are. I can see you over there, like right there in the chat. I found you. So congratulations. You've been in the comments for such a long time with always super positive and engaging comments across the board. You're a member of our team in Zealand now as well. You're playing the ever-caring Willow, and yeah, I couldn't think of anyone else better. So congratulations so much on a very deserved position among the Lotums of old and the future. So there we go. I'm glad we all enjoyed that. So yes, that's the town hall. The town hall was a chance for us to hang out, just be a little crazy, have a good time. That's how we do. It did seem like it. Yeah. It's very, very, very deserved. Very deserved, Asher. Very deserved. Ah, dear. So, alright. Jumping back into our questions. Please do fire them away as you see fit, and I will answer to the best of my ability. Oh yeah. I'm actually really looking forward to this afternoon because I'm going to be doing another another D&D session. Nanania, I'll jump into this question first though. How do you become a Legionnaire? Well, as long as you're here, you're a Legionnaire already. You're already part of this community, a community that likes telling stories and exploring the games that we play, searching for something, more that we can do with them, rather than just to like power game to get the the best items, the best this, the best that. It's like trying to find and experience new ways of telling stories. That's what it means to be a Legionnaire. And so Nanania, you are here, you are a Legionnaire. Although if you don't want to be, that's totally cool as well. I'm not going to be doing a Rycon Recommends this month, unfortunately. But I will be doing one again in the future. I most definitely will. So yeah, this afternoon I'm going to be doing another D&D session. And this one is Triton Wolf's campaign that he's running. And it is so much fun. So much fun. It's a modern setting. So it's set in the real world. And it's just, it's so much fun. Like we've got like a traditional D&D party, except we're in the real world, so that essentially makes us superheroes, and it's just so much fun. I keep on almost always getting the party killed, which is great because my character has like a hero god complex going on. So yeah. Oh dear. I should check out the forest, Little Black Duck. Yeah, I actually played through it myself quite a while ago, and I wanted to do it. I actually started recording a roleplay in it, and I was just like, the game isn't quite there yet. It was something that I always did want to make a roleplay with, so it's not a super long game, so it's possible that I might be able to do something like that. So yeah. Fallout 76 hasn't been discussed in this town hall. I've talked about it in the past. I'm wanting to do a collaborative roleplay with a number of other YouTube roleplayers for 76. So I'm really hoping we're going to be able to pull that together. I'm going to organize it and get us all in one place and see how we do. Oh, we got Gallic Recommends. I like that. Gallic the Guard is recommending Happy Jack's RPG. RPG, right? Yeah. I was just making sure that it wasn't being cut off. Well, there you go. Blood Mime, I am up to date on the Walking Dead comics. I am indeed. And I'm intrigued as to what direction they're going in. I never feel safe. I never feel safe for long. I'm always looking at going, what's the angle here? Like, what's going to happen? So, yeah. Yeah, the forest is fully released now. Yeah. Oh, Nanania. Well, you definitely are a Legionnaire. 100%. Yeah, the guard behind is Gallic. He's just watching my back. He's making sure I'm safe. For the time being. Maybe one day he'll stab me in the back. We'll see. Ah, dear. Mr. Beast. I nearly called you Mr. Beast. The Beast, Adam Wolf. You can't wait for Leon to meet Marak for the first time. Well, who knows? Who knows when that might happen? Just to give you all a little bit of a heads up, this week's episode of Leon, it might be a day late. Purely just because it's a very long episode. I have over 3 hours of footage recorded, so it was one of those episodes where I was just like, if I end the episode here, it's going to be a really short episode. It's going to be like a 20-minute episode, and I know that's not always satisfying, but then I was like, if I carry on, it's going to be like an hour-plus episode. And so I think it's going to be an hour-plus episode, so it's probably going to take me an extra day to edit, so stay tuned on that one. which also means that it could like potentially upset things for next week. We'll see. I won't say 100%, but there's a chance that things might just get shuffled ever so slightly. It happens, but yeah, it's gonna be a long one for sure. It is. And this Tuesday, I'm going to be taking a little bit of time off because I'm getting a tattoo on this arm right here. It's going to be a new addition to this arm here. So it's going to be the same kind of position as this on this side here. So yeah, I don't actually think it'll take too long throughout the day, but it just depends how. Yeah, I don't think it's going to impede me. The only thing that I'm concerned about is I'm probably going to have to like raise my arm up when I'm actually moving around, just because I wouldn't want to have it be abrasive on the desk. So yeah, but I'm going to be recording a small little vlog for that, so you'll be able to join me as I go out and get some stuff, and I'll be able to tell you exactly, you know, what it is, how it is, and all the rest. Do I like role-playing games when I'm off camera? I do. It's funny, I can't not roleplay anymore. I can't, like, I'll be playing a game and then it's just like it's like simple things, like I'm like, you know, your traditional gaming mindset. It's like when you go into someone's house in a game, you just like, you open up all their stuff and you take all their stuff. I can't do that anymore. I can't, like, I just had like a real nostalgic need the other day, and I started just doing like I was just playing Icewind Dale 2 for a little bit, and I was just going into some of the houses in that, and I was just like, none of these people are like traditionally thieves, and I was just like, I can't take any of the stuff because like this belongs to someone. Yeah. So it's very hard for me to not roleplay in games anymore, even if it's just small things like that you start taking into account. So yeah. You've got the 5 mana symbols from Magic. That is awesome. Nice. Asher, yeah, so we're not doing anything on there. It's not the end of that channel. I think we'd like to do something with it eventually, but there's nothing on there at the moment, and it's purely just because of time more than anything. It was just taking a little bit too much time to do all of those as well. So I feel like just because we're doing like one-off things every now and then, they're probably just going to be taking place on here. Yeah. Oh, that is so cool, Haderach. That is so cool. I like that. That's definitely one of my favorite things. I mean, that's in part, that's why I made Zealand, because like me, Jake, and Triton back in the day, we'd always do that everywhere. Like I just remember when I was in a place called Hamilton in New Zealand. I was just there with Jake, and this is like many years ago, and we had a whole heap of time to kill, and we were just walking around this mall, and we were just pointing out like all the different vulnerabilities and stuff like that. And this is like 8 years ago now. But like I think that's where Zealand spawned from. It's like the idea of like, and that's what I say on the back of the book, is like, you know, you've talked about this before. You've talked with your friends about how you would survive, like what you would do in that scenario. And so it's a way to kind of like end the arguments. It's like, it's a way for you to prove, you know, that you can make it. So yeah. Oh, in a similar area. So here, well, that's the thing, is like traditionally, like forearms people wouldn't get tattoos as much because, you know, there are a lot of misconceptions and obviously stereotypes that come with tattoos. But I'm lucky that I've always been working in an industry where it doesn't matter so much, which is cool. That's why I didn't think twice. I was like, that's where because the first tattoo I ever got was this one here. So that came later, but this one here was the first. And yeah, I guess I was lucky in that I didn't have to think twice about it. Yeah, no, it really does, Haderach. It really does. You're right. When did I start role-playing in my games? I guess I always have to a certain extent, but just nowhere near as much as I do now. Obviously not to the same extent. So It probably would have been right around when I started the channel. That's when I started going like, this is a different way to play games. Okay. What's my favorite zombie movie? That is a hard one. I actually really like the new Dawn of the Dead, but there was one I watched just recently that I really liked. That I really, really liked. It was one on Netflix. It was just it seemed like an independent film. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. That's gonna irk me. I'm gonna see if I can find it in the background. Just while we're talking about stuff and things, I'm gonna see if I can find this, because I would definitely recommend it, because it's a phenomenal movie. Just really, really cool. See what else I can find in here. Nice. I like that. And Wolf, that's good. Good start. Apparently we've got Orange is the New Black playing now. Damn it, Netflix. Come on. Orange is the New Black just starts playing. God damn. Okay. I've actually got a Netflix series on here right now. Got my Stranger Things. Rocking it out. Yeah. No, it wasn't Cargo. It wasn't Cargo. I've been meaning to watch Cargo, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. If you haven't had a chance to watch Dark Tourist yet on Netflix, I had the pleasure of working with David Farrier a number of years ago. He's a great dude, amazing dude, and this series is just so good. If you haven't seen Dark Tourist, I recommend you check it out. It's hilarious, it's insightful, it's great. Yeah, random music. I know that was the trailer for Orange is the New Black playing. Oh dear. Oh dear. I do want to see if I can find this thing, because it is legit. So I'm going to search for zombie films and see if I can find this thing. Here Alone. I'm pretty sure it's called Here Alone. Yep. Here Alone. And I thought it was really good. Really, really good. So Here Alone, good film. Good film. And yes, of course, if you haven't seen Dark Tourist, definitely watch it. 100%. It's great. Cargo wasn't good though. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. So yeah. Just looking from the trailer, it seemed awesome. But yeah. I mean, the production design seemed awesome. I gotta stop saying awesome. I'm a New Zealander. It's a problem that we have. Where did my beard go? So I decided. I was just like, I'd had enough of it after a while, because it was just getting a little too, yeah, it wasn't quite behaving. It wasn't behaving, so I decided to mix it up a little bit more. So I got rid of heaps of it. It's still there. It's alive, but it's not as much of it. Yeah, what can I say? You just joined the Discord? That's a fantastic idea. Fantastic move. Well done. Will I get the new XCOM 2 DLC? I probably won't, just because of the Long War. Yeah. I have seen A Quiet Place. I was actually talking to Bloodmime about A Quiet Place just earlier on, and so good, so good. But did I what? Like, I missed that, Yuli. Yeah, so A Quiet Place is one of those films where I'm like, it's amazing, but I really hope, because the thing is, it was really successful, right? I really hope that they don't decide to do anything else with it. Like, it's one of those ones where it's like, if they add in a sequel, it's just so unnecessary, and I really hope they don't. But I loved it. I thought it was a great movie. It was really well thought out. The creatures were, and just yeah, just great. But also just in terms of like a cinema experience as well, because people realize really early on, oh, the beard, Yuli. that thing's long gone. I'm sorry. Oh dear. yeah, it was a cinema experience in that, you know, it's one of those rare times where everyone, or if you're lucky, everyone in the movie is absolutely silent. Like, just afraid to touch their food because of how much noise it's going to make. Yeah, just really, really clever. The production design in that as well. Also awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Ghostbeard haunts the hall. There we go. Yeah, it's a quite... yeah. Casper Dusk's Tale is still going on, so Cataclysm was just on a little bit of a break this week, so yeah. Gallic, you can't take the gore in zombie films. Yeah, no, I feel you, but like, and that's the thing is, like, I like to be very descriptive with the gore in Zealand because for the... I'm sorry, Yuli. So with... let me try and, like, put this into words. I really do want, like, the horror of the incidents to, like, touch the players. I want it to be something that stays with them, that frightens them, not just in character, but, like, out of character as well. So, yeah. Disturbing people. That's what I do. The beard has gone to Sovngarde, where it will continue to fight on. You're right, Hederick. You're right. Elon, thank you for sticking around. Asher, will we find out where Skulk went? Yes, you will. In the next chapter, you will find out what's been going on with Skulk. Yeah. So we will find out what's happening there. There are so many things going on at the moment. There are a lot of plates spinning. And some of them are coming crashing down. We will see. I am definitely disturbing Gallic. You are right about that. You are right. Well, folks, we are getting towards the end of the town hall. We have 13 minutes left, in fact. So if you do have any questions that you want to get in before the end, I suggest you get them in now. And I will do my best, I will do my darnest to answer as many as I can. Will I play the Skywind mod in the future? Probably not. I think I'd prefer to go to straight Morrowind. That's just me. It's one of those things, like, it's because I've played Morrowind, it's because I started with Morrowind, that I can play it and I can understand it. Whereas I know going back to Morrowind, like if you've only played if you only played Skyrim and you go back to Morrowind, it can be quite jarring. Yeah. Are you sure the bear didn't go to the hunting grounds? Well, yeah, maybe it did. Yeah. So Yuli, I did say earlier that the fan art is going to be included in a new video series. So you'll be able to see all that lovely fan art in there. So and in any of the things that I do receive in, hello, Gabriel. Welcome, Gabriel. Anything else that I do receive in the PO box as well is going to be in that segment there. The Mojave Express is coming to you all. Yeah. If Matt Mercer touched Zealand, I would die. I would die. I'd retire. No, I would retire. That's beyond. We are going to be trying to send a hard copy to Geek and Sundry, and I'd like to send one to Critical Role as well. I just need to have the funds to be able to do that. And then I'm definitely going to do that, 100%. Send it to them. If for nothing else, just to be like, hey, look, here's a thing. Yeah. Oh, and do I have any tips for role-playing? Like role-play in general or in terms of characters? I mean, role-play is like all about enjoying yourself, having fun. But at the same time, you know, it's like it's a balancing act sometimes, because, like, you know, you want to have drama, but you don't want anything to become too real for people. So it's a tough balance there. Yeah. It's just lost. Ah, dear. Oh no, Asher, patrons already helping a lot as well. And I'd like to extend that thank you to my patrons yet again for keeping this channel alive. It's not possible without you all, and it makes the world of difference. So yeah, it really does. Harrison, does Skyrim take longer to upload? It does. It actually takes longer to export as well. The export for Skyrim is now taking 4 to 5 hours. It's because I export in 4K, and the last few episodes have been a little bit longer, so it's a long one. And that's even, I recently got a new CPU. It's those episodes can be beastly at times. Yeah. Hudman Games, are we writing add-on books to Zealand? Yeah, so we have one in the works at the moment, which thankfully we were able to get to because of the original Kickstarter. We had one of our stretch goals met, so we're going to be designing a player handbook. Except it's not just a player's handbook. There's a lot of additional features that are coming with that as well. So it's gonna. The idea behind it is to make your characters feel even more unique to yourself from one another. Because right now, you can have, obviously, your skills can be very varied, but it's to a greater level. It makes you feel more unique from each other. That was a very dainty, like, holding in a burp. Oh dear. Walking Dead Season 8 ending thoughts. I thought the ending was good. I felt like it was pretty close. It was pretty close to the comics. I was actually quite happy with the ending. I'm quite happy. I'm excited about the next season. I'm excited, and I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued because whenever they do anything that is off script, whenever they kind of go away from the comics for any reason, it does intrigue me to see where they're going to go. Obviously, there are some very big arcs that are happening, which are straight from the comics, but I hope they do it like justice. I know they will. I know they will. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Make some add-on DLC. It's an expansion. It's an expansion. It ain't DLC. Oh dear. Yes, I am. So that's what I'm tossing up between at the moment. Is that I essentially have. But I can kind of go two different ways. It's either we get an additional Skyrim roleplay, which I've been wanting to do for a long while as well, or we can get a Fallout 4 roleplay. I'm stuck between those two at the moment. I might be able to do both, and then kind of like have a rotating schedule. That's where it gets a little. That's what I've been wanting to avoid, is rotating schedule, because I know that can get quite difficult to follow for all of you. Because that's the thing, is like already, Leon's Tale isn't always on the same day. It's usually sometimes a day late. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the cast in The Walking Dead. I'm not sure. There's definitely going to be a shake-up, that's for sure. Luca, I'm definitely into all of them. All of them. Karak, yeah, I reckon I will be able to. I've actually had Haderach gave me some ideas. He does think it could be I forget what it is. Yeah, it's squad cohesion. That's what I was trying to get to. Yeah. Sentinel, what equipment do I have? I've actually got a kit that I've put together. So on kit.com, you can find that. If you search for Rycon Roleplays on kit.com, all my equipment is there. And it should be up to date. I'm pretty sure it's still all up to date. I think I might need to change one or two things out. So, yeah. And if you ever want to know what my process is, just have a look for Skyrim. Let's roleplay Skyrim behind the scenes, and that's my behind the scenes video that I made for that. So it's got my whole process of how I make those videos, and things have changed ever so slightly in the post-production side of things, but in terms of actually making it, it's all the same. So yeah, there we go. Thank you so much for the super chat. The super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Clement Stone. I think Janet's going to read that out eventually as well. But will I eventually play D&D after Zealand? Yeah, I mean, there we go. I'll let her read that out for me. We'll see what Janet does.
Will you eventually play D&D after Zealand?
Yes, I will. So I'm already playing a number of D&D sessions, campaigns at the moment. I've actually got 3 ongoing ones that I'm playing in at the moment, but we are going to be bringing one to the channel, so stay tuned on that one there. Yes. Well, we got 5 minutes left, folks. We're going to be wrapping things up very soon. Congratulations again to our Lotum Asher, and thank you all for coming along to the town hall. I've been a little tired this morning, a little bit worn out, but yeah, Janet definitely is Hederick. But thank you for coming along all the same. I've tried to boost up my energy levels as much as I can. Been recovering from a cold as well. Disjointed has joined the Legion. But yeah, thank you all for coming along this morning, this evening, this day, this night, wherever it is in the world for all of you. How am I planning to beat Akira's I think you're saying Akira, right? Akira's addictions? That's going to be a tough one. She's got a lot of them. Yes, Hudman, there is a lot of lore about the unborn in Zealand and the eventual evolution of them, in a sense. Just Era 3. Era 3 is my baby. Like, it's just, it's a beast in its own right, that whole era. And that era is tied very tightly with the unborn, or as they're eventually called, the no men. I won't say anything else. Yeah. Alright, well, guys and gals, we're going to be wrapping things up here. Thank you all for sticking around and having a chat with me. Patrons, I will be seeing you afterwards for our chat, for our powwow there. Thank you all for coming along and spending some time with me, asking some questions, or just being here. All the same, it's cool to hang out. But we're going to be wrapping things up here. Yeah, it's going to be a cool month. There are some big things coming down the track. But this is where we got to wrap things up. I've been Rycon. You have all been awesome.
And until next time, stay tuned.